Today, we're looking at the most incredible, beautiful, and downright terrifying creatures that fishermen have accidentally discovered. The most fascinating discovery comes last. When fisherman Hun Boom hauled up what he thought were seaweeds, he was startled to see the tendrils begin to move. Photos quickly went viral, and experts identified the creature as a basket star, a rare type of brittle star related to sea stars. Its body is a central disc surrounded by countless branching arms, each lined with tiny hooks. These arms form living nets, trapping plankton and small organisms, then curling inward to deliver the catch to the mouth in the center. Basket stars belong to an ancient lineage more than 200 million years old. They inhabit depths of 200 to 3,000 meters across the world's oceans, and some even glow with eerie bioluminescence. In 2018, fishermen in Thailand's Andaman Sea reported a terrifying encounter. Their routine catch suddenly vanished, bubbles rose from the depths, and then a grotesque figure surfaced, looking like a drowned corpse with the jaws of a shark. The so-called drowned monster even lunged at their boat before the crew escaped unharmed. Video of the incident was shared as supposed proof, though most viewers dismissed it as a hoax, while others swore the creature looked all too real. In 2018, fishing legend Jeremy Wade ventured into the freezing North Atlantic, chasing a dream of battling giants in waters where the wind alone feels predatory. Armed with heavy tackle and monster-sized bait, he set his sights on something big and dangerous. Hours ticked by before the float vanished beneath the waves. What followed was an hour-long tug-of-war with what seemed like a submerged truck. At last, the catch broke the surface, a Greenland shark, nearly 4 meters long and weighing around 400 kilos. These ancient predators can live for centuries, and this scarred veteran was likely 100 to 150 years old. Its wounds hinted at violent meetings with ice or foes just as massive. Wade joked about checking it into an ocean hospital, but moving such a beast was laughably impossible. The crew settled for measurements, photos, and samples before releasing the shark back to its mystery-shrouded world beneath the Arctic waves. With its beak-like snout, extendable jaws, and almost translucent skin glowing pink from visible blood vessels, this deep-sea predator looks like something out of science fiction. It can reach 3.5 meters in length and weigh up to 210 kilos. Its hunting method is pure nightmare fuel. The jaws shoot forward in a sudden lunge, sucking in prey along with the surrounding water. At depths beyond 1,000 meters, a strange nasal growth packed with electrosensors helps it detect movement in the dark. Although it inhabits nearly every ocean, human encounters are scarce since it lives so deep. Attempts to keep it in captivity have failed. One specimen at Tokyo University survived just a week, leaving this mysterious species among the least studied giants of the sea. In 2007, fishermen in the Ross Sea of Antarctica made a discovery that shook marine science. They caught a colossal squid, a species so mysterious it had only been known from the stomachs of sperm whales since its first description in 1925. Until then, a live specimen had never been brought up. The catch turned out to be a juvenile, yet it already stretched nearly 6 meters, including its tentacles. Fully grown, these giants can exceed 13 meters in length, making them some of the most formidable predators of the deep. The colossal squid is found only in Antarctic waters, armed with tremendous tentacles lined with double rows of suction cups and lethal hooks. Unlike most squid, it doesn't sink. It hovers in the dark thanks to ammonium in its tissues, waiting like an ambush predator. When prey comes close, it lashes out, ensnaring its victim and finishing the job with a razor-sharp beak strong enough to crush crabs, fish, even the defenses of whales. In State M, fisherman Jeff Edwards reeled in an extraordinary lobster split cleanly down the middle, one side bright red, the other jet black. That same year, Jacob Knowles caught a rare blue-green, two-tone hermaphrodite lobster. Both unusual specimens were sent to a research institute where scientists explained the phenomenon as a genetic anomaly similar to chimerism, a blending of two distinct sets of cells in one organism. For over 2 centuries, Coastal communities have told tales of Cadbrosaurus, or caddy, a supposed sea serpent with a horse-like head and seal-like flippers. Believers claim it could be an undiscovered species, and one famous case still fuels debate. Fishermen once reported finding the strange remains of an unknown animal inside the stomach of a larger catch. The carcass had 2 small front flippers, 2 large hind ones, and something resembling a tail fluke. A photograph of the find was circulated among scientists, sparking speculation that it might finally prove caddy's existence. Experts, however, dismissed the cryptid theory. While they could not conclusively identify the remains, most agreed they were likely from a whale calf distorted by decomposition rather than evidence of a legendary sea monster. In Southeast Asia, fishermen pulled in a creature that left the internet stunned: a live fish with 2 heads, one in the normal place and another where its tail should be. The catch was filmed wriggling on camera, sparking shock, disbelief, and endless debate. Experts suggest the anomaly is likely a case of conjoined twins, as the second head is fully developed and as large as the first. Though such deformities are extremely rare, they are not unheard of in fish populations. Scientists point to similar cases, like a 2-headed catfish caught in 2011, but the underlying causes of these bizarre mutations remain a mystery. At certain times, entire coastlines are blanketed by strange blue-violet drifters known as by-the-wind sailors. The sight can be mesmerizing, yet scientists warn not to touch them. Like their jellyfish relatives, they can sting. Despite their jelly-like look, each velella isn't a single animal, but a colony of tiny hydroids attached to a chitin-reinforced oval base. On top sits a translucent sail that catches the wind and carries them across the ocean's surface. An internal air chamber helps them stay afloat. Mass strandings occur when wind and currents push vast numbers ashore. Once on land, they dry out quickly, turning brittle and losing their vivid blue, often mistaken for bits of plastic instead of once living colonies. On tropical coral reefs lives a strange resident with oversized red teeth strong enough to crush corals, shells, and even sea urchins. In Sudan's Red Sea, a fisherman recently caught a rare black triggerfish with glowing crimson fangs, and photos online drew waves of amazed reactions. This species belongs to the pufferfish family and usually measures 30 to 50 centimeters. Its defense sense is unique. 2 sharp dorsal spines lie hidden in skin pockets until danger approaches. When raised, they lock the fish in rock crevices, turning it into an immovable, unreachable target for predators. In 2020, fishermen in Thailand stumbled upon a dead but terrifying catch. Locals branded it a demonic omen, but experts quickly identified the creature as a stonefish, the world's most venomous fish. Shaped almost like a rock, it measures about 30 to 40 centimeters with a massive head, tiny eyes, and an upward pointing mouth. Along its dorsal fin are spines loaded with venom glands capable of killing a human. Stonefish inhabit shallow waters of the Pacific and Indian Oceans, lying camouflaged on the seabed. When threatened, they raise their spines in defense. In this case, the fisherman was lucky. The fish was already dead. Fishermen were stunned when they pulled up a creature that seemed more like a bat than a fish. Its body was triangular with a tiny tail, and to their shock, it even appeared to have small back legs. They filmed the bizarre catch and shared it online, where users quickly identified it as a batfish. Batfish are a peculiar group of species with strange, flattened bodies and a striking feature: bright red lips that look as if painted with lipstick. Even more unusual are their fins, shaped like little legs, which the fish use not for swimming but for walking across the seafloor. Though clumsy swimmers, batfish are skilled hunters. They use a specialized lure-like appendage that releases scent to attract crustaceans and small fish. Found mostly in deep waters, they remain a rare and surprising sight for anyone lucky enough to encounter one. The armored sea robin, also called the two-nosed gurnard, is among the strangest deep-sea fish. Its body is shaped like an octagon, with a jutting lower jaw, a half-moon mouth, and bizarre branched whiskers extending forward. Protected by 8 rows of bony plates, it grows to about 30 centimeters and lives at significant depths, ranging from the Mediterranean to the South Atlantic, even near Antarctica and the coast of England. During spring spawning, however, it sometimes rises close to shore. On a remote shoreline, people stumbled upon a bizarre white mass with a tail. Such mysterious carcasses, known as globsters, sometimes wash ashore but are notoriously hard to identify after long decomposition in the sea. This one was nicknamed the mermaid globster, as its shape reminded some of a mythical creature. Strangely, no proper measurements were taken, only a few photos, before the remains were buried. That left scientists with nothing but speculation. Some marine mammal experts suggested it was the decomposed body of a cetacean, whose skin often turns ghostly white and peels away after death. Others argued the shape of the head and the thick blubber pointed to a different marine mammal. With no samples preserved, the true identity of the mermaid globster remains unsolved, adding yet another riddle to the strange legends of the sea. In 2023, viral footage from Brazil's Lençóis Maranhenses desert showed an armored catfish seemingly swimming across hot sand as if it were water. Scientists explained the spectacle. These catfish evolved in oxygen-poor, stagnant waters and can breathe air through their intestines, allowing them to survive on land for hours. When food runs out, they migrate between pools, guided by sensitive receptors along their bodies. A fish that walks the desert, proof that evolution has some truly bizarre tricks. In 2023, Eric Osinski and his son were trout fishing on Lake Champlain when their net revealed what looked like a creature from another galaxy, a writhing mix of eel and leech, crowned with a circular mouth full of razor teeth. Viewers quickly identified it as a lamprey, an ancient jawless parasite ranging from 13 to 100 centimeters. Instead of bones, it has a cartilaginous skull and a notochord. It hunts by latching onto fish with its suction cup mouth and drilling in with rows of teeth, then draining blood while its saliva prevents clotting. Many hosts eventually die from blood loss or infection, making the lamprey one of the lake's most dreaded parasites. The Amazon, stretching nearly 6,500 kilometers with a width that swells from 10 to 40 kilometers depending on the season, is home to over 2,000 fish species, 400 amphibians, plus caimans, piranhas, and even pink river dolphins. Among its most ancient residents is the Arapaima. In 2023, fishermen landed a specimen measuring about 2.5 meters and weighing over 130 kilos. Massive and armored with bony plates and thick scales, this living fossil can grow up to 3 meters. Unlike most fish, Arapaimas breathe air. Their swim bladder functions like primitive lungs, forcing them to surface every 5 to 20 minutes. Found only in the Amazon basin, they remain one of the river's most iconic giants. A group of seasoned fishermen caused a stir when they hauled up a bizarre creature none of them recognized. With its crocodile-like snout and smooth gray skin, the photos made it look more like a sea monster than any known fish. Zoologists soon calmed the frenzy, identifying the catch as a male-beaked whale. The giveaway was 2 distinctive bumps above the upper teeth, features males use in displays to attract females. Beaked whales are widespread across the world's oceans, but rarely encountered. Shy and elusive, they avoid people, which is why even veteran fishermen were shocked by this unexpected monster from the deep. In tropical oceans, scientists discovered strange deep-sea hunters known as flashlight fish. Though small, rarely over 35 centimeters, they long remained little studied. Their signature feature is glowing patches beneath the eyes filled with symbiotic bacteria that provide a constant light, shining brightest at night. By day, they lie camouflaged on the seafloor. By night, their bioluminescence becomes a weapon. The light attracts tiny crustaceans, scares away larger predators, and may even serve for communication, as these fish can control when and how they glow. A fisherman shared footage of a bizarre creature that left viewers divided. Some thought it looked like seaweed, others like something alien. In reality, it was a basket star, or Euryalid, an ancient and unusual relative of sea stars. Basket stars have a central disk with 5 arms that branch out into countless tendrils, forming a living web or basket. Tiny hooks on the arms let them cling to rocks or snare prey. To feed, they extend their arms to trap passing organisms, then curl them back toward the mouth in the center. They can grow up to 70 centimeters and weigh around 5 kilograms. Though not as rare as their appearance suggests, they are usually found at depths of 200 to 3,000 meters in oceans worldwide. Descended from a lineage dating back 200 million years, basket stars are true survivors from Earth's deep past. A chilling nighttime video showed a fisherman fleeing on his motorboat as a huge creature with glowing eyes surfaced again and again in pursuit. The clip stunned viewers. Some suspected a fake, while others wondered if a true sea monster had been caught on film. Marine experts gave a calmer explanation. The pursuer was most likely a pinniped, a sea lion, or seal. These curious animals often follow boats, especially at night, and can appear unnervingly large. Although some species reach up to 4 meters, specialists stress they pose no danger to humans. What seemed like a terrifying chase was simply a curious pinniped investigating in the dark. A fisherman was startled when he hauled up a creature that looked more alien than fish. With glowing green eyes, an unusually long snout, wing-like fins, and a thin tail, the animal measured about a meter in length. He snapped a quick photo before it slid back to the sea on a conveyor belt. Unsure if it was even alive since it barely moved. At home, he identified the bizarre catch as a long-nosed chimera. These deep-sea cartilaginous fish are noted for their sharp snouts, which they use to detect prey on the ocean floor. Another defining trait is a venomous dorsal spine, a natural defense against predators. Long-nosed chimeras inhabit tropical and temperate seas at depths beyond 200 meters, making encounters with them extremely rare and all the more unsettling when they appear. A viral video showed a fisherman hauling up a bizarre catch that stunned viewers. The creature looked like something between a fish and a squid, with a spiny body and strange tentacle-like protrusions. Online, theories exploded. Some claimed it was a mutated fish or even a new species. Experts, however, quickly recognized it as a spiny butterfly ray, also called a spiny soft ray or summer ray. These cartilaginous fish are distinguished by translucent spots on either side of the snout, a light brown color, and a back covered in small spikes. Though unsettling in appearance, the monster perfectly matched the known traits of spiny rays, making it less a sea mystery and more a case of mistaken identity. A fisherman in tropical waters noticed what he first thought was a harmless clump of green seaweed drifting near the surface. But when it moved in a way no current could explain, he realized it was something alive. Intrigued, he decided to wade in and grab it with his bare hands. Against all odds, he succeeded, then took the creature home, certain that no one would believe him without proof. He recorded it on his smartphone, showing the long, slender body shifting on its own and a shocking sight near its mouth, a bright pink tongue-like appendage flicking in and out. When he showed the strange specimen to locals, no one recognized it. Later, he uploaded the footage online and reactions exploded. Viewers speculated on the nature of the green sea monster. Some guessed it was a new species, others joked that this must be what aliens really look like. The mystery attracted scientific attention, and experts finally identified the catch as a ribbon worm or nemertean. These worms are infamous for their unique weapon, a long extendable proboscis that shoots from the mouth during hunting, covering prey with sticky mucus that prevents escape. Normally, ribbon worms burrow in sand on the seafloor of tropical and subtropical seas. Rarely, they venture into shallow water or even onto land, which explains why encounters with them are so extraordinary and so shocking when they happen. In France's Champagne region, professional angler Andy Hackett landed one of the largest goldfish ever recorded, an extraordinary 39-kilogram catch compared to the usual half-kilo size of the species. The bright orange giant, nicknamed the Carrot, turned out to be a rare hybrid of a leather carp and a koi, estimated to be around 20 years old and likely released as a juvenile in the late 1990s. Hackett had long dreamed of such a prize, and after a 20-minute battle, he finally reeled it in. Once measurements and checks confirmed the fish's condition, the massive carp was released back into the lake, alive and well. Scientists estimate that more than 80% of the ocean remains unexplored. Beneath the surface lies a vast and mysterious world. still hidden from human eyes. Each new expedition reveals life forms we've never seen before. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Don't forget history and make sure to subscribe to the channel.